Welcome everybody to this video on adding polynomials. So we are given this problem and asked to find the sum of this polynomial plus this polynomial. Of course, the sum means it's just the answer we get when we add two things together. So first thing we need to do is when we're adding polynomials is identify what are the like terms. So you'll find that adding polynomials is very similar to just combining like terms. We're going to take one polynomial, compare it to the other polynomial, what are the like terms, and then just add it all together. So when looking at this, remember that like terms have the same variable and the same exponent. So it has to have both. It has to have the variable and the exponent has to match. So you'll see in this first polynomial we have an x cubed term, and over here we also have an x cubed term. So those are like terms that we will combine together. The next term that we have here is an x squared term, so it's 2x squared, and we also have a x squared term over here, this negative 5x squared. And then we also have a singular x to the first power, and we have one of those over here as well, and so we will combine those. And then the final type of term we have is this constant at the end, which is just 8, and there are no other constants in either polynomial to combine together, so we won't really do anything with this 8. It'll just stay the same, but we'll bring it along so we don't forget about it. So if we rewrite this addition problem, combining our like terms, I'm just going to rewrite it. So we have negative 4x cubed plus 3x cubed. Next we have our x squared, so it's 2x squared plus a negative 5x squared. And I'm just going to write in kind of some extra parentheses here just to keep us organized with our signs, so when we are doing our arithmetic that we don't get confused. And then of course we have this singular x to the first power, and we're going to add to it a negative 2x. And then finally at the end we have our constant 8, which doesn't have a like term here. There are no other constants, so there's nothing to combine it with. From here we are just going to combine our like terms by adding the coefficients together. So here we have negative 4 plus 3, of course that is negative 1, and then our variable and exponent just kind of come along for the ride. Since they are like terms, I'm going to use parentheses again. Here we have a positive 2 plus a negative 5. Well, adding a negative is just the same as subtracting. So really what it is 2 minus 5 gives us a negative 3 x squared. That x squared comes along for the ride. Going on to the next one, remember there is a 1 in front of here, so this is 1x plus a negative 2x, and adding a negative is just like subtracting. So it's really 1 minus 2 gives us a negative 1x. And then finally, this 8 just moves on down, nothing to combine it with. So from here we have all the terms combined. We're just going to simplify this into one simple expression at the end. So we don't need the 1 in front of the x cubed, that's unnecessary, but we do have to keep the negative. Remember, 1 times anything is just itself, so we don't need to write it in there. It's just assumed that the 1 is in there, as this is negative x cubed. And then adding a negative, I said, is the same as subtracting, so we don't need to put a plus a negative. We can just put minus 3x squared. Same with this one, adding a negative is the same as subtracting, and we don't need the 1, so it's just minus x. And then finally, we have plus 8. So, a little bit of work, stay organized, keep your like terms together, add them up, and write one final simplified expression. And that's how you add polynomials.